Today is Wednesday, June 18th. I'm turning 59 in less than 2 months. My birthday is August 14th. And I am going to be in the best shape of my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm going to be sharing my journey with you. Now, you may say, well, Elizabeth, how are you going to measure that? How do you know that you're in the best shape of your life? Well, some of this is going to be hard to measure. It's more about a feeling, but there are definitely things that I will be tracking, and I'm also going to share what I am doing. So, first of all, if you've been with me for a while, some of you may remember that in 2022, when I was turning 56, I decided to give myself a six pack for my birthday. I decided to give myself visible abs for my 56th birthday. And I got the idea in May. So I had like 3 months to do it. And I did it. And I did it. And I have been consistent with the things that I did to reach that goal. Depending on, from day to day, my abs are not quite as well. I think I've actually built up more muscle since then. My abs are not as defined as they were, say, on my 56th birthday when I, really leaned out. So here's what first of all, I intend, this is about a feeling more than anything. It's about feeling energized, excited, having steady energy, being excited about life, all of those things, feeling strong and confident. But here's what I'm aiming for. Physically, some visible changes. I want to see my more ab definition than I have now. And I want to build my booty a little bit. And that's something that I really have to work for. I'm looking for steady energy, which means improving my sleep, doing whatever I can to optimize my sleep. When I say being in the best shape of my life mentally, there's not that I'm doing any testing for this or anything, not doing an IQ test, but really looking at being, what I have noticed is that eating the way I eat and certain supplements like lion's mane absolutely has helped me with my focus and concentration. So really doing everything that I can to optimize my brain health, which means certainly not a lot of alcohol also, because that always, can make us a little foggy. Um, Emotionally, this doesn't mean that I'm necessarily grinning from ear to ear every day, because it doesn't mean being happy all the time or false positivity. It means allowing myself to feel my feelings, knowing honoring my emotions and not getting stuck in them, and maintaining gratitude no matter what is going on. And then that's part of spiritually really being grateful for everything in my life and everything that's coming. So I'm going to share some of the things that I'm doing for this. And what I think is really important to note is that none of these things that I'm doing are drastic changes. These are all habits that I'm already working on and have been working on, are already part of my life. I'm simply dialing them up a little bit in order to get ready for my birthday. I would never add all of this stuff brand new. It would just be too much and I'd be overwhelmed. Because remember, it's the small actions done consistently that compound over time to yield amazing results. So one thing that I will be doing to track my progress, I use a scale. I'm not necessarily looking to lose weight, but I do want to lose fat and build muscle. So I have a scale that I've got on Amazon a couple years ago that tracks not just your weight, weighs you, obviously it's a scale, but it comes with an app that I haven't been using lately that will track your body fat percentage, all those things. Now, is this 1000% accurate? Of course not. It's a $25 scale that I got on Amazon. But basically, you put your bare feet on these sensors. But I believe you can at least have a baseline and see changes. So I'm committing to using that every day so I can absolutely see if there are changes in my body fat percentage. So that physically, I'm taking pictures once a week, progress pictures, so I can notice that definition changing in my abs and hopefully notice a little booty building up. What am I actually doing to get there? Well, I'm doing the things I always talk about that I do anyway, just honing them in, prioritizing protein and produce, but continuing to build my meals around high quality protein dense foods. We're doing beef, fish, eggs, some poultry, low fat dairy, but I don't like to do too much of that or it can make me a little puffy, filling in with the colorful fruits and veggies. And I'm not saying now, I don't eat gluten. I haven't done that for years. And I basically don't eat grains. But I'm not really saying anything is off limits. It's more about focusing on these amazing things that I can have and staying within, making sure that I'm meeting my protein goals and staying within a reasonable calorie range for me. And I'm going to be cutting back on that just slightly because I want to get in just a slight calorie deficit to burn some fat. Again, I'm not looking for any type of dramatic weight loss. So doing all this is not going to allow a lot of extra room for stuff. But can I have a cocktail? Like, could I have a glass of wine or a CoverGirl cocktail if I want? Absolutely. I just have to be tracking that. I will continue to be writing things down just like I always have in my own Happy Healthy Nut journal. This is where I track everything. I might start a fresh one now for this birthday goal, even though I'm not quite used up the one that I have. I am going to continue to really focus as far as the emotional and the spiritual stuff and even the mental stuff because this keeps my brain clear. Reducing screen time. And I realize that I use the screen for my business, but especially mornings and evenings. So not checking any social media. I usually go hours without checking social media. I'm really committing to doing that as much as possible. Same thing in the evening, putting my phone down. And using that time as I first get out of bed in the morning, I listen to some stuff that really helps me grow spiritually and listen to that. As I'm getting up in the morning, generally the first few hours, I'm listening to positive affirmations, activations, things like that that work well for me. I know people are going to ask me, oh, what supplements are you taking? First of all, supplements are a very small part of this. It's mostly about what I'm eating. And will continue to take collagen every single day for better skin, nails, hair, and body. It's amazing for the health of your connective tissues. So making sure I don't ever skip a day. Also being consistent with my creatine, which I'm not always consistent with. So, and something else that I'm committing to add in every single day are organ meats, mostly in supplement form. If I can sometimes get myself, I do like chicken livers, but I don't make them very often. So if I can sometimes get myself to eat like a ground beef with organ meats blended in or something like that, that's ideal. But I'm definitely going to take an organ meat supplement on the days that I'm not eating organ meats, which will probably be just about every day. I found in the past taking an organ meat supplement has helped me to really have steady energy, just really feel amazing. So why not? And I found one that is specifically geared towards women. So that's the one that I'm going to take. I'll drop a link in the comments if you want to, or in the caption in the comments, because I'm not ready to go in the caption if you want to check that out. So follow along, drop any questions. I'm excited about this journey and excited to share with you what I learned from this. Oh, some other things I'm doing. 15,000 steps a day consistently. Like that is bare minimum. And I'm upping my morning workout from 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So as you can see on the balance trainer, so as you can see, I'm not doing anything dramatic. I'm building on the habits that I already have, just tightening everything up so I can be my brightest and tightest for my lightest, brightest and tightest for my 59th birthday and share everything that I'm learning with you. Thank you so much for being here. And now is definitely the time to hit subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have an amazing day.